Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are listening to this right now. I appreciate it. My name is Sara Delansig, and this is Keeping It Real Estate. And I was just chatting with someone and talking about how it's been over a year now that we've been going strong with Keeping It Real Estate. And so I really appreciate all the support and all of you coming back to listen to my advice on things. And if you ever have any topics that you guys are like, oh, I would love for you to cover this or go into it more in depth, please let me know. Also, I want to make a little correction on last week where we were talking about intention versus goals. And so I really got to understand this better so that I could explain it because I was like, I don't think I explained that properly. So an intention is the energy behind the motivation. Okay, the motivation behind the goal, right? Like the goal is the actual physical, I want to sell, 25 homes this year, let's just say, or 100 homes or whatever. I want to sell 25 homes this year. And the intention that you put behind that is like, I intend to put in the work that it takes to be a successful agent to sell 25 homes this year. So, with that being said, I want to start out with there are two things that I want to share. One is a quote from Tom Brady, and I am a Seahawks fan, if you cannot tell. But it was a really good quote, and I think it applies to what we're talking about. So I'm going to find it and then share it. But I am not a Patriots fan. I'm Seahawks. Go all the way, Seahawks. Okay, so Tom Brady, notoriously, if you don't know very much about football, he was drafted in like the 6th round. He was like practically a nobody and became the greatest quarterback of all time. I think he has 7 rings. I mean, it's something ridiculous. Obviously, we could have beat him if we would run the ball, but I digress. So his quote is, to be successful at anything, the truth is that you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't: consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. So I think that is really beautiful because it's true. I mean, so many people want these big, hairy, audacious goals. They have like something that they really, really want. But when it comes time to get up out of bed and do it, to do the work, to put the effort behind it, they don't always show up. They'll show up sometimes, but they don't show up enough to become consistent, determined, and working for it. So that is my first quote of the day. And then, I guess I have 3 things I want to do, but we'll see. Because my topic might go a little fast. I say that every time, and then I find things to talk about the whole half an hour, but we'll see. Bear with me like you always do. Okay. And then the next one has to do with, it was a little affirmation. So it's really quick. And I found this in a group that I'm a part of. So it's not mine. I didn't create it or anything, but here we go. It says, today I welcome peace into my heart. I trust that I am exactly where I need to be. I breathe in calm. I breathe out worry. I am strong. I am guided. I am loved. Every step I take is blessed with purpose and light. I choose to see the beauty in this moment. Today I walk in grace, gratitude, and hope. So that one, I just thought was really beautiful because I think, at least for me, it matters to be in the right place at the right time and to know that I'm exactly, on the path that I feel is bringing the most good to the universe, to others. So I thought that was kind of cool. So then the other thing I want to do is, like, I really would like to figure out a way to do this more often with you guys. But if you are driving, don't close your eyes. But if you are here live or if you're watching this later on, and you can close your eyes, then please do, just close your eyes really quick. And I want you to visualize whatever it is that would just make your life amazing. Getting a listing, selling a listing, finding the perfect client, putting an offer on a home for your client, and it's accepted, and the joy that comes from that. Like, I want you to really feel into whatever it is that you want, because you have to know what you want in order to create it. So we need to put some intention behind our goals by giving it energy and attention. So, like I say, where your attention goes, energy flows, which is not my quote, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. So all that to say, now we're going to talk about a topic that actually came to me through the Street Text Mastermind, and they were kind of doing something I thought was really cool, and they're promoting it, and I put it in to Chat GPT and kind of changed it, made it my own. So it is how top agents leverage time, trust, and tools for maximum ROI. So I work with a lot of top agents now across North America, not just in the United States, because I got somebody in Canada now, which is fun. I like calling Canada. They're kind of nice. Depending on where you're calling everybody, is different. But anywho, so we're gonna go through these 4 things, which are leads, leverage, results, and ROI. So, number 1 on my list is stay top of mind and boost your conversions. And this is how you use leverage to get a return on your investment. So this is one of my main niche areas for my ISA business, which there you go, it's right there, the Inside Sales Agency. And we don't really promote ourselves other than like I just did right now. Outside of that, I don't really promote myself because we have a very target agent that we work with. In the beginning, we took almost any agents that wanted to sign up, not everyone, but almost anyone. And we found that our conversion was their conversion. And if they weren't willing to go to a listing appointment or something of that nature, then it would mess up our results. And so we decided to become a little bit more strict about who we were going to work with. And in doing so, we found that agents who were committed to creating video content, like evergreen YouTube content about their market or about, things in their area that we could send via text, or they'd send in emails or something like that. It really helped us to boost the conversions. And it's not even close. So any of the clients that I took on that stopped doing video or didn't do enough video that we could send out, they didn't have as much success as the ones that were consistently putting up video. And honestly, that goes back to the quote that Tom Brady had, right? You got to put in the effort. You got to be consistent for it, right? And work for it. So in order to create a brand visibility for our clients so that we could, every time we were following up with hot buyers or hot sellers or just any kind of warm lead, we were sending YouTube videos about what it was like to live in Las Vegas, or, luxury properties in Las Vegas, or, is this area good to, for a family, or are there things to do in this area? I mean, there are so many different things that you could do. And a lot of agents got on the YouTube bandwagon for a minute, and then they realized how hard it is to be consistent and to continue on making videos every week or every other week or whenever they did, coming up with scripts, putting in the effort to get the video equipment and making sure you have a good microphone and making sure you have everything necessary for it. So I think personally that if you are consistent with putting yourself and your brand out there in a way that is on video, you're going to have a higher conversion rate. So that is the first way that you stay top of mind, is with video. My opinion, you can take it or leave it. Okay. But I do see the results, because I'm telling you, like 10 times more appointments for the people that we could send videos of, even if it was just walkthroughs. Or I had one guy, he had like cartoon videos because he wasn't comfortable on camera. So he'd voice over cartoon videos or something like that, right? Keeping current matters can do some of this stuff for you. Not everything though. But I think it's really important for your face to be on it. To be honest with you, they're going to see you in person if they work with you anyway. So don't be afraid. Okay. So another way that you can stay top of mind and boost your conversions is through tools and techniques like your automations, retargeting ads, consistent emails, newsletters. I mean, we can talk about like how people will come back to life. You mark them as like, let's say they give you a fake phone number, but they give you a good email in your CRM, which happens all the time, right? And then you see them browsing a bunch of websites still, and there's no way to call them, but you can email them and you can, let them know, hey, I see that you're browsing homes, but the number that you gave us didn't work or didn't go through. Is there a better number to reach you at? So I had a client that had a campaign that was set up. So I would just add the tag bad number, and then it would go through a campaign of emails that would basically say that and say, hey, we're here to help if you want it. And we've reinvigorated, re-energized some of these people. So it always obviously comes back to mindset, and what you're putting in it is what you're going to get out of it. So if you think that it's going to be crap, you're probably going to get crap. But otherwise, I would say that try that avenue and see what happens and be open-minded about it. Okay, okay. So we're going to get into number 2 now, which is follow up like a pro, even while you sleep. And this would be our time and productivity section out of our, what is it? It's tools, um, time, trust, and tools. So I just want to go back because I saw the word trust again, and it reminded me that people are more likely to trust you as well if you are on video, because they can feel the authenticity coming through your voice or coming through the camera, right? So, which is why I like to be on video. Although I have I really love Zoom. I'm a big Zoom fan because you can do the touch up your appearance so that I don't have any makeup on right now. I just have a little lip gloss and then I have fake eyelashes that I always have. But that's it. And I don't have to go worry about, putting on a full thing of makeup. So I love that. Okay. So, in order to follow up like a pro, even while you sleep, obviously there are things like automations, auto responses, drift campaigns, mm, scheduling tools. I also love Calendly. Calendly really does need to be synced um, with your calendar though. So a lot of people will set up Calendly and then they forget about it and they don't sync it with or they don't use their calendar properly. And this is a big, you know, issue within real estate is that you'll not go by what's on your calendar, and you really should go by what's on your calendar so that you can, make it so it's easier for people to schedule with you if they need to, especially if you have an ISA. Go by your calendar because there's nothing worse than an ISA set an appointment for you to go see, no listing appointment, and then you say you're out of town that weekend and you didn't notify us or put it on your calendar. Okay. And I would not be the one that would be making that call. You're going to have to do that yourself. Okay. So dive into follow-up systems, um, so that you really understand what's in there. Analyze what's being sent out. Make sure it sounds like you. It's in your voice. It's in your brand. It makes sense. Maybe create some videos that go along with it, which always helps. Okay. You can also make sure that your workflows make sense in the order that they come in. Okay. When I first started this, it was a really big trend. Obviously, internet leads have always been a big trend, but there were some that had these automations set up that they thought were clever, but a lot of people scroll in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m., and they would submit, yeah, I want to know how much my home is worth or whatever the case may be. And then they get an immediate text that's it's an automation, but it's like, hey, I saw, you wanted to know how much your home was worth, pretending to be the agent, but it's so obvious that it's an automation. So make sure that not texting, first of all, outside of normal business hours. So don't have those automations go out outside of normal business hours. Because I don't think that's appropriate. And a lot of people will be like, why are you texting me at 3 a.m.? Like, it's just weird. And then make sure that if you want them to know that it's an automation, that you make that clear, right? Which there are some kind of rules about this that are going to be coming into effect. Or, yeah, I mean, they were supposed to go into effect already, but they didn't. So I think they were postponed a year about getting consent to have AI or, automations texting on your behalf. But just do your research if you're going to be doing that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Other things that are really cool is like video works for you 24/7, 365. So even on Christmas Day, somebody can go watch a video of a walkthrough, right? Or can watch a video about what it's like to live in a certain area. I work in, I call buyers and sellers in a big military area. And when they are, I want to say PC, permanent change of station. Yeah. PCOSing, then it gets really busy. And so you need to know about, what's coming up and make sure that you have something that will continue to follow up with these people um, properly and keep them in your loop, right? Okay. So let me see if I forgot anything on that one. Yeah. So I'm saying like while you're things work for you 24/7. So you can go, somebody that's coming from a different area, going to be stationed um, in a different city, right? They may be getting stationed at any time and they may need to be looking into what that area is like. So I always like to have a few staple videos. Like you don't have to create YouTube content forever, but it can boost you. And as a matter of fact, this client that I'm talking about took my advice and is now getting TikTok leads and Instagram leads and all kinds of stuff by just doing simple videos of the homes that he's selling and the area that they're in and like what's around there. So it's been pretty cool to see the progression. But the point is to come full circle is that it works for you 24/7, 365. Even when you're not working, those videos can help you out and gain leads so that you can build your database and follow up like a pro. All right. So number 3 is going to be build online trust and credibility, which kind of comes back to the first one that we talked about, which is staying top of mind and, you know, how to boost your conversions by staying top of mind. But I'm going to talk about other than video, which, I've talked about to death. And I'm sure everyone understands how social proof and all of that stuff is really important. Um, I'm going to talk about testimonials, reviews, and other things of that nature on your websites and, on your social feeds and things like that. So reviews are really, really crucial. A lot of people don't realize that, buyers and sellers will go look you up. I mean, I hope you guys realize this, but they'll go look you up and see what kind of reviews you've gotten. And if there's negative reviews, or no reviews, they might have a certain type of, feeling toward that. And I will say that for myself, I take Zillow calls for a team, and Zillow has a very specific, you know, algorithm that we have to say certain words or we have to ask for certain things on a call, and it will rate you out of 100, like 100 being the best and one being junk. And it will ask the people that you talk to rate you as well. So you can kind of see how well you're doing. And it's not just based on that, but a lot of it is based on what you say on the call and how the buyer or seller rated you after the call, whether you followed through and did what you said you were going to do and things of that nature. So you can kind of gauge it with that. But if you're not using that, then you definitely should be asking any clients that you feel are aligned with you, that, love to work with you. Ask them for reviews. And if you're like, I don't know how to ask for a review, there are creative ways to do this. You can use your past client database to go and offer, hey, I'll give you a $5 gift card if you fill this out, and you can send an email with the link to just click this, provide the review, and then once it's submitted and it's, I can see that it's submitted, we'll send you a $5 gift card or, whatever you want to send them. Right. And so I think that's a way to help get them excited about giving you a review, because like most people want to give a good review. They just forget. So we got to kindly and gently remind them, because it will help you and your business to have good reviews out there. Okay. Um, any kind of client success stories too, if they're willing to like record them and share, I think that would be good as well. Obviously, trust is going to accelerate the conversion time, like I talked about. So the more they know, like, and trust you, the more likely they are to remember you and call you back. Because, I mean, let's be real. Most agents don't make a second call, a follow-up call to a lead that they paid to get. So if you are sending them videos or sending them properties or, emails that are saying, hey, just checking in, and you give them a reason to know, like, and trust you with video and with, knowing what they want or what they clicked on or whatever they've said in the past to you by keeping good notes, then that is also a way to help you create trust and to get conversions. So, okay, number four. Number four is learn winning strategies from top agents. Well, good job. Pat yourselves on the back because you are already doing that. You are here. You are listening to this, and that is a massive win. Now, as you can see, not everybody does that. Not all agents, are learning from others. And when I sold real estate coaching, I had a conviction in the real estate coaching that we sold because of the way that it was set up is that you are always learning from a coach who was outperforming you, but not outperforming you so much that they were not able to relate to what it would be like. Let's say this agent that is your coach sold 500 homes and you're just starting out, with 25 homes a year and they sold 500 a year. Okay, there's a big disconnect because this person is thinking about um, team, you know, team building and recruiting and, keeping his agents happy and all that kind of stuff, whereas this person isn't there yet. So having a coach that's just a little bit above you, maybe sold 50 homes, can remember what it's like to be in your position and the steps that they took to get there. So I think that it's important to learn from people that are just, a little above you or where you want to be, not so far ahead of you that they really can't remember what it's like to be in your position, but ahead of you enough that they're going to be able to say, okay, you know what? I remember I did this when I was in that situation or had that thing come up. So that is one way you can learn from other agents. So obviously I would also fill up. I know maybe some agents don't want to do this, but I sold real estate coaching. So I had to request friendship of all kinds of real estate agents, which really actually helped me out when I built my ISA business. I didn't want to do it in the beginning, but we were told we couldn't have two separate accounts. So, but it worked out in my favor. So I would say load up your socials with other agents, agents you respect, agents that you want to get to know better, would like to take out to coffee and pick their brain and all that kind of thing. So I think that'd be a good idea. But if you can't do that or you don't know anyone, obviously you're listening to this, so you're already ahead of the game. But there are also many awesome YouTube videos and channels out there with lots and lots of advice. There are lots of Facebook groups, all kinds of stuff online that you can use. There are podcasts like mine, obviously, mastermind groups, training sessions, events. Events are huge. Networking, there can be local events or they can be really big events, your brokerage events. It could be your lender events. I mean, there's so many different things that you could do to learn from others and figure out what their success story is, what made it work for them, you know? Okay, so I think that we should all choose to implement a strategy that we went over. So just to recap, we're going to go over the four things, I want you to think about what are you crushing out of these four things and what needs some love. So again, the four things are stay top of mind and boost conversions by leveraging and looking at the ROI on the things that you do spend money on. Number two is follow up like a pro, even when you sleep, by making sure you use your time wisely and have, things that are going to help you be productive to focus on the 20% that makes you the 80% of money and throwing the 80-20 principle in there. By using all of the autoresponders and things of that nature that help you. to streamline, right? Number 3 is build online trust and credibility with social proof and referrals. And number 4 is learn winning strategies from agents. You need education and execution. So if you're listening to this, you're already crushing that, I believe. But as far as the execution piece, go ahead and tell yourself, put the intention to follow through, intend to execute on something that you learned and implement. All right. So that is all I have for today. Until next time, you guys, I think I'm going to have some guests on future Agent Power Huddles. But if you guys have anything else that you want me to talk about, or if you have any questions, you know where to find me. And this is Sara Delansig and Keeping It Real Estate. Bye.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.